Hey guys, this is Mel. If you're listening to this, you are about to hear a super special sneak peek of our latest bonus episode, but fair warning, this is just a sneak peek, don't hurt us. It's totally optional to subscribe, but if you're interested, you can check out our Patreon by searching Significant Lovers Patreon online. Hope you enjoy.
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your man...
Hi, welcome to our Patreon. If you're listening, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you.
Or this might be a teaser, and
yes.
If so, thank you for checking us out.
Yeah, curious.
Yeah, curiosity. I'm Mel.
I'm Kel.
And yeah, this is Significant Lovers. And before we dive into the episode, we just want to give a huge shout out to our lovely patrons who are supporting the podcast. A lot of you might be from Another Bride of Twilight or might be totally new, and we really appreciate you being along for the ride.
Yeah.
We feel like our friends. Some of you.
Who is it, Mel?
We got Tessa. Thank you, Tessa. You're such a loyal listener, and we really appreciate you. Sierra, Kara, Devin, Janiki, Carrie, who Carrie just released music and is very talented. Mindy, Tess, Indra.
Tess and Tessa.
Yep. I love the name Tess and Tessa, by the way. Indra, Muzna. I think I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. Rachel, Jessie, Inez. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Matilde? I'm guessing you're French.
Mathilde.
Maybe. I hope so. Priyanka, Rebecca, Katie, Rosalind, Emily, Lucy, and Brittany.
Brittany. I was going to say her last name. My friend in real life, first friend in real life to subscribe.
Thank you so much, Brittany.
Because people, you know what, guys? Yeah, we host a podcast, but people in real life often don't care.
Yeah, most people don't. So, really appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
I often find, I feel like people in my real life have been, unfollowing my Instagram and stuff because they're just getting annoyed at me only posting about the podcast. But whatever.
You find out who your real friends are.
Yeah, you really do. But speaking of real friends, my friend Mary Jane, she messaged me today that she was finally listening to this podcast, and she said that she felt like we were really cute and funny. So,
thanks, Mary Jane.
And Mary Jane, just for you, I'm working on a future episode that I think you're gonna really appreciate.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? I'll bleep it out.
She's gonna like that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How come?
Because she's just a big fan of that franchise.
Oh, cool. Franchise. Guys, do you realize how infinite this podcast is?
We can't run out of ideas.
We literally have 85 ideas right now, and that's the tip of the iceberg. I'm not exaggerating. We have a spreadsheet that has 85 ideas,
and the more time passes, the more ideas will be born from future couples getting together.
Everybody I hear, I'm like, oh, do they have an interesting love life? Oh my god, yeah, there's something. I feel like everybody here, I just think about it,
Yeah, even the one I'm working on right now, not this one, but another one. I thought I kind of knew everything, but there's so much that I'm uncovering as I'm diving into the research for it.
You never know everything. You never know. Yeah.
But so today's episode, okay, so
I'm excited.
This couple, I'll be honest, so this is about John Mulaney and his marriage to his now ex-wife, Anna Marie Tendler. I didn't even know John Mulaney was married until I heard about this breakup. And I heard about it because on TikTok, a lot of people were so upset about this. Kind of how I was upset about Rob and Kristen breaking up originally. And then I saw a lot of TikToks that were like criticizing people that were upset about this breakup because because it was like, you don't really know them in real life. It's a parasocial relationship. Get a life for being so upset about this relationship. And so I was intrigued instantly of like, okay, why are people upset about this?
Yeah.
And then there was the whole Olivia Munn part of it, a love triangle, love baby. I was very intrigued.
I knew he was married because I remember he had some joke about his wife loving Timothy Chalamet, and I related to that. And I was like, ha, ha, ha. And
yes.
It was funny to me, but...
Yeah. But she's not, like, before this, I don't think, she's not, like, a celebrity in the same way that he is. So I was intrigued about this relationship. And I'll be honest, after doing the research for this one, I felt very, very sad. So... we're going to try to keep it light and funny so it's not super depressing, but it's not the most feel-good story.
We will get through it together.
Yeah, but I think, spoiler, I think one reason why people are very preoccupied with this is because there's something kind of relatable about the breakdown of this relationship. But I'll get to that.
I'm intrigued to hear. I'm pumped. Mel and I haven't recorded in, like, weeks. So I'm so excited to be here. I hope you guys are too.
Yeah.
I genuinely love doing this show.
Me too.
I hope you guys like it.
Okay. Let's get into it. So,
okay.
John Edmund Mulaney. Who is he?
I don't know.
He was born on August 26, 1982. What does that make him?
Birthday tomorrow?
Yes. Happy birthday, cool. John Mulaney. We're recording this on August 25th.
Wow,
birthday boy over here.
Birthday boy.
Is he a Virgo? I think that makes him a Virgo.
I have no idea.
Guys, I don't know what that means, I'll be honest. Okay, so he's born in Chicago, Illinois. His mom is...
He would.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
He seems like a Chicago boy. His mom is Ellen Mulaney. She was a law professor at Northwestern University, and his dad was Chip Mulaney Jr., an attorney.
Okay, young, shout out. My friend went to Northwestern.
Okay, yeah. His siblings, so he's an older sister, Claire, an older brother, Chip, I'm guessing Chip the Third, and a deceased brother, younger brother, Peter, who actually died at birth when John was 4 years old. So
that's sad.
Yeah, quite sad. And interestingly, his maternal great-grandfather was a man named George J. Bates, who was a Republican congressman in Salem, Massachusetts, who served from 1924 to 1937. I kind of only bring that up.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I kind of only bring it up because we're from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I used to live in Salem.
Yeah, and I bet it had, like, kind of no bearing on his life, but interesting.
It's just a fun fact.
Yeah. So he grew up an Irish Catholic altar boy who attended Catholic school. Kind of seems like it. At 7 years old, he joined a sketch comedy group called the Rugrats.
How old?
7.
Oh, it's quite young.
Yeah. So he's been doing this stuff for a long time. And that led him to actually be approached to audition for the role of Kevin in Home Alone. But his parents turned it down.
Wow.
So he could have had a very different life.
Yeah.
Might be for the better, though. Growing up, he was very obsessed with TV and would take a bus to the Museum of Broadcast Communications to watch old episodes of I Love Lucy and The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. So he's really, like, getting himself cultured.
Yeah.
And he did school theater when he was a kid. And at 13 years old, he began drinking and partying and using drugs throughout his teenage years. Yeah.
13, that's young.
It's very young. I feel like at that age, you really don't know how to, like, control yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some kids did that in my hometown at that age, but that is really young.
Yeah, and a lot of the kids who I can think of who started that early did end up having problems with it. And so did John. So that was an issue throughout his adolescence. But that didn't prevent him from doing well academically. He ended up going to Georgetown University, which is where his parents both went and met. And he majored in English and minored in theology and was in an improv group. And after graduating in 2004, he then moved to New York City and worked as an office assistant at Comedy Central, where he was mostly responsible for the phones. He tells a story that while working there, he then received a call that Dave Chappelle, at the time, who was doing a comedy special, ended up abandoning his show. And so John was responsible for breaking the news to the executives there at Comedy Central. And they then tried to make him fly to LA to go get the tapes of the show, but for whatever reason John was like, no, I'm not doing that, and then he quit. I kind of don't get why. Like, seems like a free trip to LA. But I don't know. So for some reason he quit after that, and then he just did freelance stand-up comedy. But around that time also, his addiction was quite bad and it was pretty serious. So he entered recovery for drugs and alcohol to get sober. And he said about this time, I quit drinking because I used to drink too much, and then I would black out and I would ruin parties, or so I was told. When you do that enough, when you black out drinking and you do crazy things, you kind of become like Michael Jackson. Like, any story anyone says about you might be true, and you don't even know by the end.
All right, I have to stop the episode there. I'm so sorry to end it on a cliffhanger, but if you'd like to listen to the rest of the episode, you can listen to it and many other bonus episodes on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. That's less than an oat milk latte. It's $5 a month and you can cancel anytime. So if you only need 1 month or so to catch up on all the couples, we understand if you need to cancel. No hard feelings, seriously. Mel and I appreciate your support of the show so much. So to find us on Patreon, you can just search Patreon Significant Lovers online, or you can download the Patreon app, which works a lot like other podcast listening apps. All of our episodes will be there, and there's a place to comment on each episode too. We love you guys. Stay significant.